Chris, what things were you most pleased with?
We scored. Our penalty kill in the first.
It seemed like you made a lot of good offensive plays and did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I think the score was not out of hand, but in our favor for sure when we did. The second period, we had a really good second period. I'll add that to the list of things I liked. Our second period, we created a bunch of good chances, and I think with the score being what it was, they're a proud team, and they were playing that way in the third, and it was what it was. And you know, from our perspective, I think we got outplayed in the third, but you know, I liked the offense that we created. I would have liked to have seen us draw and earn a few more penalties. From our perspective, that's strictly on us. So things to build off of for sure.
And then after you gave up the early play goal to get 2-1, the rest of the game was a pretty good score.
Yeah, no, I thought we did a good job on a really strong, against a really strong power play. You know, we had the puck on our stick. It was a win face-off. It ends up in our net. That's what Ferris does to you, even on the goal. You know, we should have cleared a puck, and we ended up going down 5 against 3, which that's concerning, Kevin. But ultimately, it's ultimately they're kids, right? And it's emotion, and there's intensity, and you gotta play at a high level when as all that is going on. So I was good with our penalty kill.
Did the rest of that 5-minute kill and then the minute of the 5-on-3 can help set the tone for you guys? Did you stop it at 2-1 better?
I think it did, Ryan. I think it did. And in hindsight, it must have. I mean, it gave us momentum, and it hurt them. And in terms of momentum, you know, the vibe on the bench was about the same. It really didn't change after the kill. You know, I think we were all concerned about our discipline. I mean, we'd taken 2 hitting from behind penalties within 5 minutes of each other. They both could have been 5-minute majors. That's just completely ridiculous on our part.
You mentioned before the season not getting too high, not getting too low. What's the message after a game like this to get them ready, square one tomorrow?
No different than any other Friday night when we win. You celebrate and you feel good about the night, and then you come back to work tomorrow. It's going to be a difficult game tomorrow. They're a proud team. They're a team that's won a bunch, and they're led by those guys that have done all that. So they're not going anywhere. This potentially is a long series, and we're going to have to bring the same urgency and intensity and focus and buying into a game plan as we did tonight. That's all there is to it. We have to be more disciplined in the first period than we were tonight. It's just, again, that's just all there is to it. And that'll be the focus as we go back tomorrow. But it wasn't, all that was said was, I'm going to continue coaching. We can't turn pucks over in a 6-1 game. And it was older guys doing it, trying to score again, trying to get more goals. That's something where we need the older guys to keep skating and not turn those pucks over. That's what was talked about. And tomorrow is going to be a typical Saturday. The message tomorrow will be we got to play the game the right way, which is ultimately the way we played tonight.
Chris, I don't want to put this emotion into your mouth. I'd like you to hear it from you if this is what you're feeling. It looks like the third period is kind of, for you, taken away some of the good feelings of the first and second. Would you agree with that?
Not the whole third period, the last 6 or 7 minutes. But again, that's because we've got older people in situations where they should cycle the puck down and make our opponent go 200 feet, and they cut that in half by turning the puck over. And that's that. All I'm saying is that was the message after the game. We're not going to stop coaching this team. In 6-1 games with 10 minutes to go in the third period, one team was pushing really hard and the other team's got their foot off the gas. That just seems to happen. I wish it didn't happen that way. We were the team with their foot off the gas, and they were the team pushing. Again, they're a proud group, and that's what they were playing for at that point. So I'm not, it's not taken away from anything. But the reality is it takes 2 games to win this series. We've been in this position before, losing the first game. This is far from over. So that's where my My stoic is, my emotion is, I'm happy we won. I thought we played well, and now we feel good about that tonight, and then we come back to work tomorrow.
Will you talk a little bit about, and I hear you about having the foot off the accelerator in the third. It looked like you had it on the accelerator in the first, and really punched it in the second.
Yeah.
Will you talk a little bit about both of those? First, just getting off to the start you got off.
Well, we got off to a good start. I don't think the first 5 minutes were great. We were outshot 5-0, and
Shot.
yeah, our first shot. Well, I mean, Merce hit the crossbar was our first shot. I mean, it doesn't count as a shot on that, but Merce beat him clean, hit the crossbar within 3 minutes. It might have been his first shift. But to have those 2 goals go in and be up 2-0, and you could feel it change and the momentum be on our side. And then we took 2 selfish penalties back to back, one from behind or one boarding and one from behind, and it really put us in a tough spot, and it stalled that momentum. We killed the first one off, and we're happy about that. And then all of a sudden we take another one, and now it's a 5, and they score right away. I mean, John, that could be. They score within the first minute of the 5-minute penalty. It could be 3 goals. I mean, so it was a gutty kill. But the second, I thought we just took over in the second. I think pucks started to go in, but they were deserved. I mean, we deserved what we were getting. It wasn't I shouldn't say it wasn't turnovers. I don't know what it was, but we were. I thought we were hungry. We were skating. We were putting pucks north, and we were making a bunch of offensive plays, which Kevin and I talked about, which I thought was great. And then they were finding the net, so good for us on that. And like I say, the first 10 minutes of the third, I thought we defended great. It was 2 5-minute segments, pretty ho-hum, not much going on either way. And then all of a sudden we started to get a little loose with the puck, and I just don't like that as a coach. That's all.
Okay. Will you talk about that second period as a whole? Is that as good a period as this team has played this year?
It's probably close. I mean, we played we played some pretty good periods before. That's probably the most goals we've scored. I think it was 4 goals. I'm not positive. I don't have it in front of me, but under the circumstances, it was a pretty darn good period. It's up there, if not the best.
Yeah, it was setting aside the 4 to think. I mean, they didn't score. They only had 3 chances. Their first shot was with 4 or 5 minutes to go. I mean,
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's up there for sure, that period.
Looked like you were matching Speege's line and Rawls and Walker against them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What about that group of 5 that you were?
Well, I think Mitchell, Spies, and Matt are the ultimate combination line in terms of they can do it all when they're right. They can check. They're top-notch penalty killers, and they're guys that can create offense and score. I mean, Matt obviously had one of those nights. Mitchell led our team in points. Sean is just a guy that, and that's not taking anything away from Mark and Smitty, because Mark and Smitty can defend anybody too, the way they both skate. But Sean can really skate, and he's a big-time defender, and and that's pure at a pure respect for that top group for Ferris. I mean, Mack and Mayhew and Van Wormer they're just top players, and that still leaves top players in Peffley and McDonald and Maloney for Smith and Friedman. So it's just us trying to put some of our players nose to nose with some of their top players.